which became the basis for the school of the people of Basra, the Basra school, they say quru means tuhur, the period of purity between two menstrual cycles. Tuhur, the period of purity between two menstrual cycles. The Sahaba differed. So immediately this has implication. So Aisha, Ibn Umar, and now this is the Hijaziyin. So which madhahib do you think would be of the opinion that the qar means tuhur? Which of the madhahib? Now this is the school, the opinion of this Hijazi, Shafi'i and Malik. Shafi'i, the Imam of Mecca before his travels, studying and rooted in Mecca, studying the language of Bani Hudayl, and Imam Malik. So the Malikis and Shafi'is are of this opinion, that qar is tuhur. The people of Iraq say no, qar is the haid, the menstrual cycle. So you can see this leads to a different fiqh ruling, because counting 3 menstrual cycles from the time of the divorce is different than counting 3 periods of purity between 2 menstrual cycles. And amongst the Sahaba, the opinion of Umar, Ibn Mas'ud, and Ibn Abbas. So from them, Imam Abu Hanifa was really the Imam of the Iraqi school, and Imam Ahmed in the strongest opinion related for him, who was rooted in Baghdad. So in this verse we have one term that's relevant, that is thalathata quru. So how long should the divorced woman wait before she's eligible to remarry? She should wait thalathata quru. Thalatha in this term is qat'iyatud dilala. No one differs. Not just jurists, common people. No one ever said thalatha means anything other than 3. It might be 3 halves, but that's 3 distinct halves. 3 pens, 3 whiteboards, 3 buildings, 3 people. So that's qat'iyatud dilala. Quru is dhanniyatud dilala, because there's difference amongst the Sahaba, what it meant. Difference amongst the jurists, what it meant. Therefore, different rulings in the sacred law as to how long the woman should wait. So that's an example of the primary reason that the mujtahidun differ. And this is why a mastery of Arabic language is involved. One of the proofs, there's a discussion of this, one of the books of tafsir that's 8 pages long as to what this word means. 8 pages long. Looking at the ancient Arab poetry, looking at the laws of grammar. One of the proofs of Imam Shafi'i and Malik, and relevant for us, Imam Shafi'i, is that the expression says thalathata. So in Arabic language, if the number, al-adad, is feminine, al-ma'dud is what? Masculine. إذا يكون العدد مؤنث المعدود إذن مذكر لتعقيب. So we say ثلاثة رجال وثلاثة نساء. So Imam Shafi'i said, rahimahullah, and Imam Shafi'i, a master of language, if ثلاثة is feminine, then quru, the singular, mufrad, quru, labud an yakun mudhakkaran. So he said, aha, tuhur is mudhakkar, whereas hayd is mu'annath. Idhan at-tafsir as-sahih huwa at-tuhur. So Imam Shafi'i said, when you have a number and a counted thing in Arabic from 3 to 10, if the number is feminine, the counted item has to be masculine. If the number is masculine, the counted item has to be feminine. So we say in Arabic, ثَلَاثَةُ رِجَالٍ. For 3 men, 3 is feminine because men, the singular of men, you go back to the singular, is masculine. Similarly, for 3 women, we say ثَلَاثُ. Nisa, ثَلَاثُ, in that case is masculine, no ta' marbuta. So we say ثَلَاثَةُ رِجَالٍ. And we say, so this is feminine, masculine. There's opposition from 3 to 10. And we say ثَلَاثُ nisa, masculine, feminine. So Imam Shafi'i says, since the number that's mentioned in this verse is in its feminine form, the counted thing has to be masculine. Therefore, quru or qar refers to tuhur, because tuhur is masculine and haid, the opinion of the Hanafi, is feminine. So to interpret it as haid would be in violation of a basic rule of grammar. Everyone see that? That wrong? Allah help all of us. But you see the folly of such an approach to the religion. So you see, the Sahaba differed, the Mujtahidun differed, and as a result we have different rulings that emanate from that difference. Having said that, the sources of Islam, there are 4 basic sources of legislation for the Sunni Muslims. The Quran, the Book of Allah, the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sunnah in this case meaning that which is attributed to the Prophet, that which is attributed to the Prophet of speech, actions, or agreements. Those things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is related to have said, done, or agreed with. That's what sunnah means with the Sunni Muslim. Third is ijma', or the consensus of all of the qualified scholars of a particular era. So in an area that the 2 basic textual sources don't provide any insight. So, for example, how much does the grandfather inherit? If there's a son surviving the father and the father himself is deceased. Now, if the father were alive, the grandfather would get nothing and the father would get a 1/6. When the father is deceased and the grandfather is living, the Quran and the Sunnah doesn't say anything. All of the mujtahidun amongst the Sahaba agreed that the grandfather would get the 1/6, which would normally accrue to the father. So that ruling is based on ijma'. All of the scholars during the time of the Sahaba, after the Prophet's passing, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, agreed that the existence of the son and absence of the father, the grandfather would get the share that would accrue to the father were the father present. So that ruling is based on ijma'. If anyone says, oh, there's no ijma', which is very popular now, you have what are called progressive Muslims. And one of the pillars of the progressive Muslim orientation, there's no ijma'. There you have an example of ijma'. And fourthly, qiyas. So ijma' is the agreement of all of the qualified scholars of an era who are asked. There's no known disagreement. Of course, there'll be some scholars whose opinion isn't recorded. It's called ijma' sukuti. On a particular ruling that the Quran and Sunnah have provided no answer for. Qiyas is applying the ruling, in this case, haram, of a known case, wine. Why? Because in the Quran, khamr is declared haram. To an unknown case, ecstasy,